And this, people, is the reason why you wear chainsaw pants. I just want to show the branch that pushed my chainsaw into my leg. So I was limbing, you know, I just felled this big spruce here. It's a pretty big spruce. And this branch, you know, they're under tension under here. And this guy was under tension under here. And usually they kick down below the tree. But this guy kicked back. And here's my leg. And I'm cutting them like this with the saw. And the branch pushed back and pushed the chainsaw into my leg this way. You know? So I've been logging a long time, and that actually never happened to me before. I mean, you get the odd nick with your chainsaw and your chainsaw pants. You're too close and it just, you know, it just nicks the pants and you got to get it sewed and stuff. But it's never enough to bog down the chainsaw. But that time it bogged the chainsaw down, and you know, I never had that happen before, right? I've been logging for a long time. It actually pushed so when you're limbing, like I said, the branches spring back, and it pushed that branch. It pushed the chainsaw right into my leg. And had I not had chainsaw pants, I would have needed medical attention, guaranteed. So when you're out logging, wear your chainsaw pants and your personal protective equipment, always. So I'm in the woods logging. I come in the woods logging every morning that it's not raining for like a couple hours or so to knock down some trees and limb them and stuff, and then I twitch them out and I haul out a load every now and then, and I can saw during the day. The flies and the heat is a little bit better early in the morning, or so I tell myself, but man, it's been hot lately. But I did just get this shirt yesterday. I ordered it from the arborist store in Canada. It's a bit pricey, but I come logging and I wear cotton t-shirts or those cheaper high-vis shirts, and they're okay, but this thing's great. It's long sleeve to start with. I mean, when you're logging in the woods, you get all that sap off the chainsaw when you're cutting spruce and stuff on your arms. And so this is a long sleeve shirt, but it's cool. Like it, I don't know, some of you will know what kind of material it is. Whenever there's a small breeze, it keeps your body cool, but I really like it. I'm a big fan of when you're logging or you're doing anything to have the proper equipment. So that's what we're doing this morning. So I've already brought out a load and I've got some knocked down, but I'll show you what I've got going on here. This land has a really diverse species of wood. Like it's got spruce, fir, hemlock, lots of hardwoods. I mean, you can see, you know, we've got some beech wood here, we've got a hemlock here, we got a birch there, got a spruce there, I've got one knocked down here, I've got a limb and rip out, you know, all these spruce trees here. I've got a spruce here, I've got some knocked down over there, and I'll haul those out. So what I'll do is I try to haul them out as close as I can to the road, then I'll go hook up to my logging cart, and as I go by I'll pick them up with the grapple and put them on the logging cart. Interesting fact here, these are pine trees, eh? And they're nice and tall, but they're not growing very well. I mean, they grew, I remember when I was a kid, we planted those. There's some over here. There's a whole bunch. They haven't grown bigger than that. So they'll be good. I'll harvest those probably this winter or something. But it's kind of neat because I remember as a kid coming in with my dad and my uncle, and we planted those, but they're not, like, they were planted from seedlings, so I think that's why they're not that healthy. Eventually I think they'll just die off. I mean, they're growing, but they're not growing very big. There are a couple of pines in here, big, huge pine trees, but they're native from this area, so they're nice and healthy and they'll keep growing. So I'm gonna grab my chainsaw, and you can see my tractor in the distance there. I've got the top of a spruce tree, and he's stuck in there bad. So I'll cut some more limbs off and try to get him off, try to get him out of there. This is actually that spruce tree that I was limbing some branches underneath the tree, and it knocked the chainsaw, like it pushed the chainsaw blade into my chainsaw pants, as you can see. And my wife fixed them. She sewed them up. And she's got to sew them up again. So that had never happened before, as I previously stated. And that's why you wear the safety gear, right? So we're going to limb this guy up and see if we can get him out of there. It's all part of the fun. Losing your footing in the woods on top of a tree like that's a normal day here. That was a soft landing. I just, like, when you're limbing a tree like that, I can't really get in between like I do all the rest of them, eh? So I'm on top trying to, there's some big limbs on that tree. Boy, this one's giving me something. So I'm just trying to cut some of the bigger limbs so I can start the winch up and haul him out of there. He's stuck in there pretty good. But anyway, I just cut a couple, and I grabbed onto a branch to sort of catch my balance, and the branch was already cut or something. I don't know. Down I went. The brake comes on the saw. It's no big deal. You know, you got to be as safe as you can. I've got all my safety gear on. I take my time. I think of my steps ahead of time, and that's just one of those things. I've got to get on the tree to limit to try to get it out of there. And I'm like, I wasn't hurt at all. Just like the chainsaw catching my pants, like it bogged that chainsaw down right away. That's why you wear safety pants, right? So anyway, it's all part of the fun. Yeah, now let's get him out of there. I finally got him hauled out. This is the reason why he wouldn't come out. You can see the big limbs. And he's just packed full of big limbs, eh? Anyway, we got him out. I pulled this tree and it's butt up against that one. All I did was put the hook on the other side, the cable here. See what happens. Time to hook up my logging cart and bring my load out, and just put the AC on the cab. She's a hot one today. So that's load number 1 today, and we're gonna head back in the woods and get load number 2. There, so I'm just back from my second load, and that was a pretty successful day, long day in the heat. Yeah, I'll show you what you got. I got a bunch of 8-footers here to make some board and batten, and some wall studs, and I have a bunch of 12-footers as well. So there's my pile of 12-footers. I got some big stuff too. Decent timber. These are all 8-footers, a couple of 9s for board and batten. So we've got a couple of 9s, but all that stuff is 8-footers. And I've got one butt log here. It's a nice one. It's a nice big spruce. Nice 12-foot clear spruce. Actually, that big spruce tree I knocked down, I think maybe the first tree when I started logging this rotation. And it measured, I had to cut quite a bit off of the bottom because it was rotten. I counted the rings, I counted 105 rings, so 105 years old. And I measured around, it was 5 feet or 6 feet 5 inches, I think, all the way around. I had to take 7 or 8 feet off of it, but anyway, I got 3 nice big 12-foot pieces out of it, and some ends too, so quite a bit of lumber. All right, so thanks for coming along, logging with me, and if you're logging and doing chainsaw stuff and sawmill, whatever, be safe, and thanks for watching.